Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
Is
Good
it
morning.
audible clearly?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. Now, myself, I am Nagaratnamaya. I am dealing the subject Mathematics 2. Right? Right now, coming to the M2, the first unit is Solutions of Algebraic and Transcendental Equations. Solutions of Algebraic and Transcendental Equations. That means we need to find out the solutions of algebraic equations and algebraic equations. Now, before going to find the solutions of this, we have to know what is meant by algebraic equation and what is meant by transcendental equation. And before going to find, we have to know the algebraic equation. Any general polynomial. Let us see what is the quadratic equation, already known equation as quadratic equation. Anyone? Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. That means its degree is equal to 2. Therefore, it is a quadratic equation. It has two roots. Two roots is nothing but two solutions for these equations. Traditionally, we are going to find the solutions for this equation. X is equal to minus b. Already all are known this one. Minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Is it right?
2A.
This is the method that we have to use this formula. We can find the solutions or roots for this quadratic equation. Similarly, we can easily find out by using some other Horner's method and methods for finding the roots for cubic equation and fourth order equation. More than that equation, it is not so easy to find that solutions of all exact solutions. Therefore, we are going to introduce the approximate solutions by taking the initial approximate values. That is why it is so much importance in engineering and science that we have to introduce the numerical methods. That means repetition of errors, repetition of titrations, repetition of values. Is it the way? Now, actually, we can find the exact solution for this quadratic equation is so easy. Cubic equation, some extent is possible. More than that, it is not so easy. Therefore, we are introducing the numerical methods. That is the main important use of numerical techniques that we have to use in this one. That means the problem of great importance in science and engineering is that of determining the roots of an equation of the form f of x is equal to 0. This is the great importance. We can find the roots of the equation. Now, before going to find this solution for this f of x, we can form the polynomial of nth degree. Polynomial equation. Suppose its degree is equal to 2, it is a quadratic equation. Its degree is equal to 3, it is a cubic equation. Right? 4, fourth order equation. Similarly, n, that means it is
Nth order.
nth polynomial equation. Nth degree polynomial equation. Let us see the how it is that we have to observe here. A polynomial equation of the form f of x is equal to a naught x power n plus a1 x power n minus 1 plus so on plus a n minus 1 x plus a n is equal to 0. It is a polynomial equation of nth degree is called an algebraic equation. Algebraic equation. That means it is consisting only the x values. Suppose the equation may consisting some special functions which contains the polynomials of x and exponentials of x and logarithmic functions and trigonometric functions, etc. If the equation have such polynomial of the form is known as transcendental equation. That is very, very important. It's known as transcendental equation. That means an equation which contains polynomials, exponential functions, logarithmic functions, trigonometric functions, etc. is called transcendental equations. That means it is consisting the exponential functions, logarithmic functions, trigonometric functions, etc. is called transcendental equations. Let us see some examples for algebraic equation and some examples for transcendental equations. Okay, that means an equation is in the form of a naught x power n plus a1 x power n minus 1 plus etc a n minus 1 x plus a n equal to 0. It is a polynomial clearly in x. Therefore, it is known as an algebraic equation. Its coefficients are some constants. Therefore, we know this one as an algebraic equation. So instead of that one, suppose an equation is consisting the polynomials and exponential functions. Exponential functions mean e power ax, e power 3x, e power 4x, e power minus 2x, like that. And logarithmic functions, log x base 10, log 3 base 10, like that. And trigonometric functions that are known as sin x, cos x, tan x functions, which are known as transcendental equations. Let us see some examples. Examples. 3x squared minus 2x squared plus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. And one more example, x power 4 minus x squared plus 1 is equal to 0. And one more, x cubed minus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. All these are algebraic equations. Okay, and some more examples that we have to observe here as x e power 2x minus 1 is equal to 0, like this. And similarly, cos x minus x e power x is equal to 0, or tan x minus x is equal to 0. These are some examples for transcendental equations. Transcendental equations. Right? Now, for this algebraic equations and the transcendental equation, we can find the solution, which are known as the roots or zeros. Suppose any value satisfies this equation for giving any real value for x, we are giving that value. If it is satisfied, then it is called root of that equation. That means a number alpha for which f of alpha is equal to 0 is called the root of the equation. That is the definition of root. Root or 0. That we have to note down here. Root or 0 of solution or solution. A number alpha for which f of alpha is equal to 0 is called the root of the equation. Root of the equation f of x is equal to 0 or 0 of f of x. 0 of f of x. In complex analysis, we are saying that the zeros of the functions. Whereas in real, we have to say simply root of the equation or solution of the equation like that. Now, geometrically, we are observing this one. What is meant by root? Let us see. The graph is like this. It is very, very important. What is the meaning of root? Suppose this is a function like this. This is a curve. This curve meets the x-axis at some point. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. This value where the curve meets x-axis, that point is called the root of the equation. That is a simple definition geometrically. That means geometrically a root of equation f of x is equal to 0. Geometrically a root of f of x is equal to 0 is the value of x at which the graph of the equation intersects x-axis or meets x-axis. At which, shall I move this slide? Anyone please respond?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Nanda. At which the graph of the equation y is equal to f of x intersects the x-axis or meets the x-axis. Both are same. Intersects the x-axis. That is the geometrical interpretation of root of the equation. Now, some of the important points that we have to observe in the roots of this equation. Suppose a polynomial of degree n, a polynomial equation of degree n, how many roots exactly it has? Tell me anyone?
N roots, sir.
Yeah, very good. What are is the roots are real or complex or simple or multiple? What type of roots that we have to exist for the polynomial of degree nth degree equation?
Complex.
And maybe sometimes it may be real roots, sometimes it may be complex roots, sometimes it may be simple roots, sometimes it may be multiple roots. And all type of roots may exist for the nth degree equation. That we have to keep in mind this point. Right? Now note on that point also here. Very, very important. A polynomial equation of degree n, a polynomial equation of degree n has exactly n roots. Exactly n roots. These roots may be real or complex or simple or multiple. Simple roots or multiple roots. Suppose the equation of polynomial degree, if it is an algebraic equation, is like this. Otherwise, the equation is a transcendental equation. Is it has the solutions of same? Anyone? If it is an algebraic equation, no doubt it is it may have n exact roots, right? If it is a transcendental equation, that means it is consisting the trigonometric functions, logarithmic functions, and exponential functions like that. How many roots it has? Is it has roots or not? What type of roots if it exists? If it has,
Imaginary.
yeah, tell me. Anyone? Not all. Anyone can respond, please. ఉంటాయా ఇంతకు రూట్స్? ఉండొచ్చా ఉండవా?
It exists, sir.
ఎగ్జిస్ట్. వెరీ గుడ్. సమ్ టైమ్స్ ఉంటే ఎన్ని ఉంటాయి? ఉంటే ఎన్ని రూట్స్ ఉండొచ్చు? సపోజ్ సైన్ ఎక్స్ గ్రాఫ్ తీసుకో. సైన్ ఎక్స్ గ్రాఫ్స్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది? ఎనీవన్? సైన్ ఎక్స్ గ్రాఫ్ ఇట్లా ఎన్ని ఉంటాయి రూట్స్? ఇదొక రూటే, ఇదొక రూటే, ఇదొక రూటే, ఇదొక రూటే, ఇదొక రూటే, ఇదొక రూటే, ఇదొక రూటే. ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి?
Infinite.
Yeah.
Infinite
If it is
roots.
a transcendental equation, if it is a transcendental equation, it may have one root or infinite number of roots. Sometimes it may not have a root also. Remember, very, very important this point. Transcendental equation అయితే ఉంటే ఒక రూట్ ఉండొచ్చు, లేదా ఇన్ఫైనైట్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ రూట్స్ ఉండొచ్చు, లేదా రూట్ లేకుండా కూడా పోవచ్చు. Okay, note that point, all of you. Now, whereas a transcendental equation, may have one root or infinite number of roots, depending on the problem, depending on the polynomial. Infinite number of roots or no root. ఓసారి రూట్ కూడా ఉండదు, ఉండాలని రూల్ లేదు. డిపెండింగ్ ఆన్ ది no root. Okay, now we have to know what methods that we have to use to find the roots. That is very, very important. Okay, now methods for finding real roots. Methods for finding real roots. Methods for finding real roots. Okay. Now, what type of methods are there? How many methods are there? Anyone?
Sir, factorization.
Factorization. Okay.
Sir, minus b plus or minus formula we can write.
అది
Root
ఒక
of
రూట్.
this.
అది ఏమి క్వాడ్రాటిక్ ఈక్వేషన్ అయితే.
Yes, sir.
క్యూబిక్ పాలినోమియల్ అయితే
Factorization. Factorization we can apply, sir.
అలా కాదు. నేను అడిగేది ఏంటంటే ఏం మెథడ్స్ ఉన్నాయి రియల్ రూట్స్ కనుక్కునే దానికి. We have two methods are there. One is a direct method and other is indirect method. Indirect method is nothing but iterative method. Are you understanding? When you need to find out the roots of an equation, whether it may be algebraic equation or transcendental equation, we have two type of methods are there. One is a direct method and the other is indirect method. Indirect method is nothing but iterative method. Iterative method. That means we have two types of methods are there. One is direct method, that all known this direct method. And the second one is indirect method or iterative method. Iterative method. Within the brackets, you have to note down indirect method. We have only two methods are there. One is the direct method, that already we have to use the direct methods in the lower classes also. But ఇది ఇందాక మీ అమ్మాయి చెప్పారు, నువ్వు చెప్పావమ్మా ఏంటది? b is equal to minus b plus r minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So cubic polynomial వచ్చింది అనుకో, then we have to use some Horner's method or different types of methods are there to find the roots, real roots for that equation. Is it right? That type of methods are known as the direct methods. It gives the exact value. That is very, very important. That is one more condition that we have to observe in mind. Direct methods is always gives the exact root of that equation, whereas indirect roots gives an approximate solution, approximate root of the equation. There is a lot of difference between these two. Direct method gives exact root and iterative method gives approximate root. That means in our syllabus and in our present topic, we have to use the iterative methods. That means by using successive approximations, successive iterations. Now we have to use the number of steps and we can find the better approximation or desired root of the equation. Now number of iterations means the accuracy result వస్తుంది. That is called the iterative method or indirect method. Direct methods మన syllabus లో లేదు కాబట్టి మనం ఇక్కడ ఏం చేయాల్సి పని. Already we are studied in lower classes. In our syllabus we have to use iterative method. In which iterative method we have four types of methods are there. One is bisection method and other is anyone? Regula falsi method or method of false position, and the third one is iterative method or successive approximation method, and fourth one is Newton-Raphson method or Newton iterative method. These are the four types of methods that we have to study in our syllabus. One is bisection method, and other is Regula falsi method or method of false position. Regula falsi method or method of false position. Right? And the third one is iterative method or successive approximation method. Method of successive approximation. And the fourth one is Newton-Raphson method. These are the four methods. That is the examination point of view. These methods are very, very important. Right? Now, note down what is the meaning of direct method. One or two lines like this. Direct methods. Direct method. These methods give exact values. These methods give exact. These methods give exact values of all roots. In a finite number of steps. In a finite number of steps. Right? It gives all roots at the same time. It gives all roots at the same time. అన్ని ఒకేసారి వస్తాయి రూట్స్. That is the direct method. That is minus b plus r minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a for quadratic form, and Harness method. Some other methods are there, successive approximation, division algorithm method. So many methods are there that we have to find out that approximate roots of the algorithm of division method, synthetic method, like that, and iterative methods. Iterative methods. These methods are based on an idea of successive approximations. These methods are based on successive approximations. Based on successive approximations. Right? Based on the idea of an, based on idea of successive approximations. Based on the idea of successive approximations. Right? Now, when you need to find out the approximate root, initially we have to assume or take one initial value. Now, starting with one or more initial approximations, starting with one or more, ఒకటన్న తీసుకోవచ్చు, sometimes రెండిటి మధ్య ఉందని కూడా చెప్పొచ్చు. One or more initial approximations. One or more initial approximations to the root, we get a sequence of iterates. We get a sequence of iterates. That is, sequence in ఇలా రాస్తాం. ఈ బ్రాకెట్ లో xk అంటే x k is equal to 1 రాస్తే x1, k equal to 2 రాస్తే x2, k equal to 3 అంటే ఫస్ట్ రూట్ x1 అనుకుంటాము, సెకండ్ అప్రాక్సిమేషన్ x2 అనుకుంటాము, థర్డ్ అప్రాక్సిమేషన్ x3 అనుకుంటాము. దట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇటరేట్స్. వేరే ఏం కాదు అది, రైట్? సీక్వెన్స్ which is the limit converges to the root, which in the limit converges to root. What is the meaning of converges? రూట్ ఉందంటే కన్వర్జెంట్ అవుతుంది, రూట్ లేదంటే డైవర్జెంట్ అవుతుంది. సింపుల్ లాజిక్ పెట్టుకోండి. కన్వర్జెంట్ కావాలంటే లిమిట్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ కావాలి ఆ ఫంక్షన్కి. అంటే సింపుల్ లాజిక్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. No more extra value for this one. This method give one or two roots at a time. అదేమవుతుంది, ఆల్ ద రూట్స్ గివ్ అట్ ఎ సేమ్ టైం. దీని మీ మెథడ్లో ఏమవుతుంది, ఒకటి లేదా రెండు రూట్స్ ఒకేసారి వస్తాయి. ఇన్ దిస్ మెథడ్ గివ్స్ This method gives one or two roots at a time. This is the iterative method. Now we study the following that are used to use iterative methods or some methods. The following are the methods. Now then we study the following iterative methods. We study the following iterative methods. Now what are they? Tell me anyone. Number one, bisection method. Or Bolzano's method. Bolzano method. This method was invented by scientist named Bolzano. Number two, regula falsi. Regula falsi method or method of false position. Method of false position. Method of false position. Can I move the slide?
Yes, sir.
Number three, iterative method. Iteration method. Or what is another name for this one? Method of successive approximation. Method of successive approximation. And the fourth one is Newton-Raphson method. Newton-Raphson method or Newton's iteration method. Newton's iterative method. Iteration or iterative method. Iteration method. These are the methods that we have to study for finding the approximate root of the algebraic or transcendental equations. Now, iterative methods are further classified into two types. One is a bracketing method and other is open method. Bracketing method, open method. What is meant by bracketing method and what is meant by open method? Bracketing method requires the limits between the two roots. We can find the roots between 2 points, 2 and 3, or 1 and 2, 0 and 1, like that. That means end points are known. We can find the roots between the two values. An equation may have many number of roots depending on the order or degree of the equation, or if it is a transcendental equation, depending on the nature of the equation. It may have many number of roots. But between the intervals, we can find the root which is known as bracketing method. If the limits are not given, not known, we have to take the initial approximation. We have to take the initial approximation to the root, which is known as open method. Which is known as open method. So మనకు రెండు మెథడ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఒకటేంటి బ్రాకెటింగ్ మెథడ్ అంటాము, రెండు వచ్చేసి ఓపెన్ మెథడ్ అంటాము. ఇవి రెండు వచ్చేసి ఓపెన్ మెథడ్స్, ఫస్ట్ రెండు వచ్చేసి బ్రాకెటింగ్ మెథడ్స్. అర్థమవుతుందా? మనకు రెండు మోడల్ ఇటరేటివ్లో 4 మెథడ్స్లో రెండేమో బ్రాకెటింగ్ మెథడ్ కింద చేస్తాము, రెండేమో ఓపెన్ మెథడ్ కింద ఉన్న రూల్స్. సో చాలా ఉన్నాయి మనకు సిలబస్లో, మనం 4 తీసుకున్నాము. So there are so many methods are there, secant method and some other Weierstrass method. So methods are there. But we study in our syllabus only 4 models. Out of these 4 models, 2 are belongs to the bracketing method, 2 are belongs to which method? 2 are belongs to bracketing method and 2 are belongs to anyone? Please respond.
Opening method.
Open method. All right. Note down these 2 points
Open
also.
method.
Very, very important. This is the knowledge behind this solution of this equation, that we have to listen and carefully and make that points. Iterative methods are further divided into iterative methods are further divided into 2 categories. One is bracketing and the second one is open method. One is bracketing and the second one is open method. Now the bracketing method requires the limit between which the roots lies. Note on that point also. The bracketing method require the limit between which the root lies. Whereas open method require the initial estimation of the root. Require the initial estimation of the root. That means nothing but initial guess antam. Taking the initial approximation. That is the meaning of that. Now, bisection method and regular falsi. Next point. Bisection and regular falsi methods are 2 known examples of the bracketing method. These are the 2 examples for bracketing method, and the remaining 2 are the examples for open method. That you have to write down the next page. Shall I move the slide?
Wait, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wait, sir. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Writing, sir. Wait, sir.
Sir, continue, sir.
Yeah. Newton-Raphson method and method of successive approximations. Method of successive approximation are most commonly used, are the examples of are the examples of open methods. These are the small introduction related to the algebraic equations and the transcendental equations. Now we move into the first method, which is known as the bisection method. Right? Now hardly 10 minutes is there, and I am going to take at least 5 minutes. And after that, we have to take the attendance and a small any doubts regarding this today's topic. Okay. Now let us see the bisection method. What is the meaning of bisection? Anyone? Bisection. That means an
Sir,
entire is
intersecting at 2
bisected by
points, sir.
midpoint. Simple technique. This method is based on the repeated application of the intermediate value theorem. This is most important. This method is based on the repeated application of intermediate value theorem. Repeated application of intermediate value. Now, what is the meaning of intermediate value theorem? Anyone? Intermediate value theorem ante suppose a function is continuous. Suppose a function is continuous like this. This is y is equal to f of x. If a function is continuous in closed interval a b, this is the point a, and this is the point b. This is the point a and this is the point b. Actually, root of this equation, exact root is equal to this one. Right? We can find that root. What its statement gives? If f of a and f of b are opposite signs, f of a is negative. Here is f of a is equal to negative and f of b is equal to positive. F of a and f of b are in opposite signs. Then there exists at least one root lies between a and b. Intermediate. వాటి మధ్యలో ఒక రూట్ ఉంటుంది అని చెప్పేది. ఎప్పుడు f of a and f of b are of opposite signs. ఒకటి పాజిటివ్ ఒకటి నెగిటివ్. ఏదైనా పాజిటివ్ ఉండొచ్చు, ఏదైనా నెగిటివ్ ఉండొచ్చు. That is the statement of intermediate value theorem. Note down the statement also. Very, very important. Let the function f of x is continuous in closed interval ab or open interval ab, sometimes depending on the nature of the problem. If f of a and f of b are opposite signs, f of a and f of b are of opposite signs. What is the meaning of this one? ఒకటి పాజిటివ్ ఒకటి నెగిటివ్ ఉందంటే ఆ రెండిటి యొక్క ప్రోడక్ట్ ఏమవుతుంది? ఆల్వేస్ నెగిటివ్. That is the meaning of this one, are of opposite signs, then then there is at least, then there exists at least one real root lies between A and B. ఏబీల మధ్యలో ఒక రూట్ ఉంటుంది అని చెప్పేదే ఇంటర్మీడియట్ వాల్యూ థియరం. Now coming to our bisection method, so this is this one, this is the point A, this is the point B, this is y is equal to f of x curve. ఫస్ట్ ఒక పాయింట్ తీసుకున్నాము, x1 ఇది ఇక్కడ ఉందనుకున్నాము, మళ్ళీ x2, మళ్ళీ x3 లైక్ దిస్. ఇక్కడ రావచ్చు డిపెండింగ్ ఆన్ ఎలా అయినా రావచ్చు, x2 x3 లైక్ దిస్. Okay, now let us see this one. Suppose ఇప్పుడు f of a కింద ఉంది కాబట్టి f of a is equal to నెగటివ్ అన్నాం. నెగటివ్ అంటే ఏమి, లెస్ దాన్ 0. ఇలా రాస్తే నెగటివ్ అన్నా ఒకటే, లెస్ దాన్ 0 అన్నా ఒకటే. వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. f of a is less than 0 and f of b is greater than 0 అంటే పాజిటివ్ అని. ఇదేమో నెగటివ్ అంటున్నాము, ఇదేమో పాజిటివ్. ఒకటేమో కింద పక్కన వాల్యూ, ఒకటేమో పై పక్కన వాల్యూ. దెన్ బై బైసెక్షన్ మెథడ్ రూట్ లైస్ బిట్వీన్ ఏ అండ్ బి. అంతే కదా, బైసెక్షన్ మెథడ్ ప్రకారం ఏం కావాలి, ఇంటర్మీడియట్ వాల్యూ థియరము, రూట్ లైస్ బిట్వీన్ ఏ అండ్ బి. దెన్ రూట్ లైస్ బిట్వీన్ ఏ అండ్ బి. సో లైస్ బిట్వీన్ ఏమి, బైసెక్షన్ మెథడ్ కాబట్టి ఏం తీసుకుంటాను, హాఫ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఇంటర్వెల్ అంటే ఏమి, a plus b by 2. Now we have to write down the points like this. First approximation is, let the first approximation is x1 is equal to, first ది కాబట్టి a plus b. సపోజ్ x1 వాల్యూని ఈక్వేషన్ రాసామనుకో, సాటిస్ఫై అయిందనుకో, దట్ ఈస్ ద రూట్. సపోజ్ f of x1 is equal to 0, then x1 is the root of that equation. If f of x1 is not equal to 0, suppose it may be greater than 0 or sometimes less than 0. Greater than 0 అయితే రైట్ సైడ్ ఉంటుంది, less than 0 అయితే లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ అవుతుంది. అండర్స్టాండింగ్ రైట్? నోట్ ఆన్ దట్ సెకండ్ పాయింట్. ఇది ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్, ఇది సెకండ్ పాయింట్. దీన్ని అల్గారిథం అని కూడా అంటారు. ఇఫ్ f of x1 is equal to 0, then x1 is the root of the equation. Root of the equation. If f of x1 is not equal to 0, f of x1 not equal to 0 అయితే ఏమవుతుంది, 0 కన్నా ఎక్కువ అని ఉంటుంది లేదా 0 కన్నా తక్కువ అని ఉంటుంది. అంటే we have two cases. f of x1 is positive or f of x1 is equal to negative. f of x1 is అనేది పాజిటివ్ అయిందనుకో, రూట్ లైస్ బిట్వీన్ a and x1. f of x1 is less than 0, నెగటివ్ అయిందనుకో, root lies between x1 and b. That note on that point. Then the root lies between a and x1 provided f of x1 is greater than 0. Provided f of x1 equal to 0. లేదు లెస్ దాన్ అయిందనుకో, ఆర్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది, then the root lies between x1 and b provided ఎప్పుడు ఇది f of x1 is less than 0. లెస్ దాన్ 0 అయితే వీటి మధ్య ఉంటుందని, గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 0 అయితే వాటి మధ్య ఉంటుంది. అంటే ఏమి మనం గ్రాఫ్ గీసుకున్నాం గుర్తుందా? గ్రాఫ్ గీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఇలాగ ఉంటుంది గ్రాఫ్లో. సో ఇది ఏ, ఇది బి. ఇక్కడ ఎఫ్ ఆఫ్ x1 ఇక్కడ వచ్చింది అనుకో, అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? ఇది పాజిటివ్ అవుతుంది. పాజిటివ్ అయిందంటే ఈ రెండింటి మధ్య ఉంటుందని లెక్క. ఇక్కడ వచ్చింది అనుకో రూటు, అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? ఈ రెండింటి మధ్య ఉంటుందని లెక్క. అట్లా సెగ్రిగేట్ చేసుకుంటూ పోతాం. ఓకే, నౌ నోట్ డౌన్ ది వాల్యూస్ లైక్ దిస్. ఇఫ్ ఎఫ్ ఆఫ్ x1 is greater than 0, థర్డ్ పాయింట్, the next approximation is x2 is equal to a plus x1 by 2. ఈ రెండింటి మధ్య ఉంటుంది a plus x1 by 2. less than 0 అయితే next way. Shall I move the slide? One line is there. I have to complete this one. If f of x1 is less than 0, then the next approximation is x2 is equal to x1 plus b by 2. Now continue the process. Continue the process to obtain the root of the desired level of accuracy. So this is the, thank you for all. Now please write all of you. I have to take the attendance sometime.
సార్ వీడియో యూట్యూబ్ లో అప్లోడ్ చేస్తారా సార్?
మీకు పంపిస్తానా?
సార్ గ్రూప్ లో పెట్టండి సార్.
గ్రూప్ లో షేర్ చేస్తాను.
పెట్టండి సార్.
పెడతాను. ఒక్క నిమిషం, నేను అటెండెన్స్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకునేంత వరకు ఉండండి.
సార్.